Okay, so this is a separate video that I'm doing. It's not part of a compilation that I will be doing, but it's a separate video talking about what my first impressions are, what I think of the company, and what I recommend it. So I have here this neck here. As you can see, it's a very nice neck, very simple neck. It's a Telecaster type neck, as you can see. This is actually a custom neck that I custom ordered myself from a company called WARMOTH guitars. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but that's them right here, licensed by Fender, so they can promote and build Tele necks. Yes, this is a Tele neck. I custom ordered this neck for the project guitar that I made and talked about like a month ago last year in December. I wanted a neck to be replaced, so I custom ordered almost the exact same neck as this one, but better, meaning having radius, the type of wood, the thickness, as well as the hole depth. I wanted 22 frets instead of 21. I didn't want to go crazy with 24 because that would be a little bit problematic, so I thought of 22 would be a lot easier. So I waited for 2 months, almost 2 months, just for this to arrive. I custom order back in December 7th. And today's January, what was that, 27th? At the time of recording this, I can't remember. I cannot remember what day it is today. But it's been about 2 months since I custom ordered this neck. It's been about almost 7 weeks-ish. Let's say that. Actually, 8 weeks, let's say. 8 weeks. And today, after I've done showering, my dad called me saying, hey, you have something in the mail. And I checked up and I found this in the box that's behind me. Very well packaged, very simple packaging, but yet protective. So what is WARMOTH guitars, if you're asking? Because yes, it is their branding licensed by Fender. WARMOTH guitars is actually a company found in Washington that is more like a luthier guitar making team and factory, meaning that if you want to make yourself a project, make yourself your own guitar that you cannot find anywhere in the store, in your local store, online, guitar that you imagine that you want for yourself, but you can't really achieve it, WARMOTH guitars will do them. They will make custom bodies, custom necks, which I have here, as well as custom basses, necks included also. They will make any kind of modification you ask, from wood choices up to the finish. You can have different radiuses, different routes, type of woods. In this case, I decided to go simple, but better. And that's really all they are. So what's good about WARMOTH guitars? Like I said before, they can make any kind of body, neck that you wanted. The only downside about WARMOTH guitars is that it takes time for them to make the bodies, to make the necks, and then ship it to you. Like I said before, I ordered this in December 7th. And today is somewhat the 27th, I don't know, as the time recording this. It took about pretty much 7 weeks, almost 2 months, just to get this arrived. So, and then why 7 weeks? Well, because since it was December last year, the Christmas week and the New Year's week wasn't really counted as weeks of progress. It is more so counted weeks of wait. Weeks of delay. So I'm basically delayed by a week or two. Because, well, not everybody works, around Christmas time, New Year's. Not a lot of people don't go to work. So a lot of the factories and the stores shut down just to spend time with their families, and I get it. So so these don't count as progress. It counted as weeks of wait time. So I was delayed by a week or two. But you know what? It was totally worth it because I wanted a neck for the project guitar that I talked about a month ago. And so the neck finally arrived. And I can explain you what kind of specs I have on this neck. So obviously it's a telly style neck. Like I said before in the previous video I've done, where I talked about the project guitar, it is a 83 Japanese bullet Squire Strat that has a Telecaster neck and it has a telly pocket. Now it doesn't really have to be a telly neck. You can actually get any type of neck that is like a Warhead or like a Stratocaster neck, but yet have the heel more so flat because it is a telly neck, and telly necks are flat in the pocket. Stratocaster necks are rounded. So since mine has a telly neck, then the pocket itself is actually flat. As you can see, if I do this angle here, you can see how flat this is. If I go Strat, it won't fit. So, but it doesn't have to be all telly. You can change the headstock type. You can change from this type of headstock to like a Warhead, WARMOTH? No. Warhead. Warhead type headstock. You can go more like an Ibanez type guitar, a traditional Strat type of headstock, but yet have the heel flat out to fit in those. So basically, if you want a telly neck but have a different headstock, you can do that through WARMOTH guitars. You can choose the type of woods, the type of fingerboard, the type of frets, the mix and changes that you can do. So, but I decided to go traditional. So I decided to go for just all out telly. So I have telly headstock and telly pocket here. The pocket's really important because that's how you're going to attach your neck into your body. So you want to make sure if it's flush, if it's rounded, to make sure you have the right fit when you're about to screw in. I didn't order holes here, so I just told them, hey, don't make any holes, because the holes in my body is a little bit crooked, and since WARMOTH guitar necks are straight, the screws, when I'm gonna put it onto this with the drilled holes that they've done here with the crooked holes on the body, it's basically gonna either cause cracks or slippage, or gets a little bit looser, jostle around. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna measure the neck screw holes from the body. Just put the neck on, just screw it in, make a little dimple, maybe a marker. I'll drill it, and then it'll have the right fit. I want to make sure at least it's perfect as possible, so that way I'll play it without having to wiggle around or just jump off from the pocket itself. But yeah, it's flush again, flush neck pocket here. I go for maple. There are many choices. You can go for flame maple, you can go to mahogany, you can go ebony. There are many kinds of wood that you can choose in different neck forms, different neck styles. You can choose any wood for neck and fingerboard. I decided to go simple, to go for satin maple neck, one-piece maple neck with a rosewood fingerboard. Decided to go for those with medium tall frets or medium jumbo frets, I forgot. They feel slick going up and down. I like the feel of it. Just a bone nut here, traditional bone nuts. And I decided to ask them to drill the holes for me to the correct size because of the tuners I use. I use Goto locking tuners, so I want the size to be as Goto's. So I told them that, and they've done it. They haven't drilled, however, the holes where you mount the screw in. I'm going to have to do that by myself, as well as the neck pocket screw holes. I'll do that once my dad arrives, because he's out of town. And I chose a 12-inch radius. If you don't know what 12-inch radius is, or you don't know what radius means, it's basically meaning the curvature of the fingerboard. The smaller the radius is, the more rounded it is. And that really affects your playing style. So if you're more of a chord guy, you want to have a smaller radius. Between the vintage style 7.25, 7.5, to kind of the more in between, where you're playing kind of more rhythm and then lead, you go 9.5, which is the traditional Fender radius range. I go for 12 because I like to have the flatness, because I can maneuver my fingers a lot when I form chords on the upper registers, as well as going up and down each neck. And I go for 24. I go for 24 frets. The other neck has 21, and it has a gap in the hole or something in the body. So I thought, I'm just going to cover that by adding a 22nd fret, and I wanted a 22nd fret neck. So I just chose for 22nd frets, and I had that. And I don't know if you can see here, but these dots are actually cream. I wanted to go white, but for some reason it didn't show up. I didn't want to go mother of pearl. I want to go just regular white dot inlays. But hey, the cream doesn't look that bad because it kind of matches with the maple in the back here. So having that combination here, you can see here, the inlay here and the neck here, the maple, it has a really good combination, and it really compensates a lot more with the look of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, what I had to say. So, is WARMOTH guitars good? Yes, it is. Yes, it is good. You can make anything that you wanted to make. If you want to make a custom guitar, custom strat that in your vision, in your eyes, with your custom body and custom necks. Now, obviously, parts as like, for example, pickups, pick guard, and knobs, you're gonna have to conserve those by yourself. But you can actually also make pick guards through WARMOTH. It's not very common to do pick guards over there. But as far as electronics and components like tuners or bridges, you're gonna have to conserve those yourself because WARMOTH doesn't sell those things, I believe. Or maybe I'm wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But they're more so of a company that can make whatever guitar, bass, body, neck, in the way you want it. I wanted my project guitar to sound good, and I wanted a custom neck. So I went to WARMOTH Guitars, tell them, hey, I need a custom neck, make it for me in my specifications. Just arrived today after 7-8 weeks, and it was worth the wait. And I'm excited to put this baby on and just shred it out, because that's the only thing that guitar needs. And I'm happy that it's arrived because I'm very, very excited to use it. But yeah, this is the video I want to talk about. So yeah, I'll put the link below if you ever curious of making yourself a project guitar. It can be as simple as you want. You can go extreme if you want. It doesn't really matter. All it matters is that you can make your guitar parts of it or complete part of it, of bodies and necks, divided or together, however you want it. WARMOTH guitars are great. I give credit to WARMOTH guitars for making the neck possible in my specifications. And just by holding it, first impressions, it feels good. The neck profile feels like smooth. The radius, very smooth up and down. The frets are even as well as smooth as you can get. It's slick up and down. I do get a lot of bumps here, but that's because, well, it has no strings on it. But just by rubbing my fingers against every single fret, it's very even. The frets are very, very even. The edges are very, very smooth. And surprisingly, the neck is straight, so I don't have to adjust the truss rod. And again, they drill the holes. The only exception is that they have not drilled the holes for the screws to mount it in. I'm gonna have to do those by myself. But yeah, as well as first impressions, this neck feels good. This neck feels amazing. It feels very comfortable to rub against back and forth the frets, the edges of the fingerboard, as well as the fretboard itself. It's not dried out. It's very high quality, and it actually feels lighter. It's actually lightweight. It's not heavy as other Strat necks I hold. This one is lightweight, which I'm really surprising. And check this out. This is what I talk about. Flat neck all the way from the headstock to the pocket. I'm so excited for this neck. But yeah, that's what I want to talk about. So again, I'll put the link below in the description, so that way, if you ever want to make yourself your own project guitar body or neck, however you want to call, or the whole thing, you can do it. I'll put the link below so you can have access to WARMOTH guitars, to their menus, to their software, to their programs, and I can guarantee that they will make exactly however you want it, in your dreams and your vision, so you can rock out on stage and impress some ladies. Which I don't know if you can do that, but I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. I just want to play for fun. I just want to play this guitar because I've been waiting for almost 2 months for this to get here, and it's worth it. But yeah, also forgot to mention, depending on what you add on your layout will depend on the waiting time. In this case, for custom neck like this, it's between 4 to 6 weeks. I got delayed for like a week or two because of Christmas and the New Year's holidays. So that's kind of a bummer, but that's totally worth it. Custom bodies will go between 3 to 4 weeks. Let's just say a month. Anything like extreme will take maybe like 2 months, maybe 3 months. It depends on what you add and what you recommend, what you ask for them to do. So it depends on the waiting time, and they have a guide of each item correspond to the waiting time that they corresponded to make those things happen and to ship it to you. So there's a guide on their website, which obviously I'll put the link below still, so you can go check them out. But yeah, whatever you add will correspond to how long you will wait, the waiting time for the process and the shipping. If you make any changes, however, they have a list and they go through order. So if you're going top, if you're going at the peak of the top where they're about to make your thing, but yet you make some changes and you have to go back down and then to wait again. So you want to make sure you're very precise and very, very conservative of what you add before you make your decision. So then you can do those with no problem at all with Calm, because once your order is displayed on their screen, they will act out and start building your neck or your body. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm hoping to get the guitar reveal sooner because I'm super excited to use it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. See you soon.